Oh, this song dope, man.
It's called Dreams. It's off of his upcoming project. We don't have a title for it yet, but keep following us.
Shoot, man. Right system.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
I'm rolling in the hood deep with this one.
Top down music loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, man, jumping into second segment. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Ballers Life podcast. We got Legion of Greatness, BSS Carolinas, man. Quickly introduce everybody once again. Partner in crime all the time, Mr. ESPN himself, James Garner. How's it going?
Man, it's going good. What up, beautiful people?
Of course, man, the fashion aficionado. As you can see, he's fly all the time. My man, B3 Exponent.
Happy Friday.
I got this. Go ahead, man. You introduce yourself, bro. I'll let the Go ahead, do your thing, man.
Absolutely. First, I just want to again thank y'all all for allowing me to be on y'all show. My name is Maestro, aka Kyle Holman. I am a native of Philadelphia, and I run Eklectriq LIfe here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Entertainment media group, also a creative brand development company. I brought my music here for my artist, Damon Neal. He's an upcoming artist from Greensboro, single father, out here grinding hard. We all grinding hard to be entrepreneurs. So, definitely.
Man, actually, we got a question in there from my man Snaps from DC. Shout out to everybody in the 202, man. And his question is to you, fam. He said, how hard is it to create your own brand, and what tips do you have for people that's trying to excel in that department?
Creating your own brand is as hard as you make it. The work behind getting money and stuff like that is a whole nother story. That's the hard part. But as far as being who you are, you know what I'm saying, that's different. Brand is being who you are, or letting your idea be what it is. One thing for me is 3 steps in building that brand, and is getting the awareness out there to your target audience, letting them try your brand out, and then converting them into actual supporters. So basically, you define who you are, what it is that you do, and how people can interact with that. That's basically the steps. It's very simple. Now, to get it all polished up, you want to find somebody like me to assist you with that. Eklectriq@gmail.com.
I feel you. We got another question in from my homegirl, Dolo. Shout out to Dolo. She, too, is from the D.C. area. Shout out to everybody in D.C. As an artist, how hard is it to create your own brand?
Well, as an artist, it's different. You in any arena is different, because you gotta really pay attention to what your brand is. You know what I'm saying? Like, for this is a podcast. My artist is an artist, but me, I'm an entrepreneur / entertainment manager. So we all would have to walk in the room a little bit differently because of what we represent. So as an artist, you have to be mindful of that, and also be mindful of be socially conscious, because a lot of things that are propagated in lyrics and videos influence the culture. And a lot of people say this is for the culture, and then you look at their video and they listen to their song like, well, what culture is this?
Don't have ish to do with the culture.
Would you recommend the artists that they get a strong team around them? Don't try to go at everything by yourself. Get you a strong team.
I do, but one thing I do want to recommend to every artist. I was just in Raleigh for Raleigh Day, and I spoke on the panel, which was like a boss up community enrichment panel. And basically it was talking to the artists, but any other entrepreneur, about elevating themselves. And a lot of people want the look of someone who's already made it and has $1 billion, even though you working on a 2-cent budget. So first, I would recommend everybody get to a substantial plateau or level that you can begin to build your team, because a lot of times we want to build a team of people that's, you want to surround yourself with people that's actually doing better than you. But sometimes if we're not ready, we will waste those people's time. So make sure that you're at a level where your social media is on point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that you can do personally and be resourceful with, make sure all of that is on point. And then when you actually, without a doubt, know that you need some extra external help, then you go ahead and begin to build that tribe.
My question is to you is whether it's like branding yourself different as an athlete than it is as an artist.
it fundamentally is not, but creatively and what it looks like, it is. So actually, like the concepts of branding are the same, but I'm like even within athletics, you know what I'm saying? Like I play for the NBA. I carry myself a little bit differently than an NFL star, you know what I'm saying? Because of the culture of the NBA versus the NFL. The NBA is a little bit more urban and a little bit more lax, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more, it's a little bit more fun, you know what I'm saying? You can dress up, you can have tattoos, you can say a lot more in your press conference or whatever.
Right.
And then also the outside culture, what is attached to you, is a little bit more flexible versus the NFL culture. So it just depends on what arena you are in and what you're trying to establish. A lot of people need to understand, like, if you're let's say an athlete or whatever, and you want a commentating job once a job being a commentator once you retire, you have to begin to carry yourself in that way. Because if you are someone that's difficult to work with your whole entire career and you don't look very appealing on the field, later on they're not gonna accept you for that job. And the same thing with being an artist. So it's fundamentally the same, but as you get into your little pockets, you have to take different steps.
That's what's up, man.
I know musicians coming up always used to have demo tapes with them and carry those around. Is that still important for musicians now, or is it more important to have like a solid single that's getting a little pub, that's getting views and getting hits?
Like today, nowadays, modern times is a lot different as far as how you make it. And I guess with that being said, as far as the artist versus the athlete, you have you go through your different channels. But at the end of the day, as far as the artist goes, nowadays you could take the reason why you did a demo was so you could take it to a record label. But now the system is more horizontal than vertical, so you don't really have to send anything or go sit in front of execs, maybe to get some enrichment, or maybe to get some pick somebody's brain. But for real, the playing field has been leveled. So you are competing. I am competing with Def Jam. I am competing with Rock Nation. Like, seriously, today. But I am not at a level that they are. So of course they will probably win. But eventually, my artist can put his track on SoundCloud and blow up off of that. If you look at, like, it started kind of like with Justin Bieber and Soulja Boy. They put a video on YouTube and it went viral. So now that's what people are following, that blueprint for their career these days.
So, and it seems like everybody, like, social media is bigger and better now, where, like you said, you got the Justin Bieber, you got Soulja Boy, and it's going viral. Do you feel like branding and social media, like, people need to take advantage of social media in order to really brand themselves out there? And if so, how do you create that fan base?
Yeah, so it's definitely being conscious to what are the tools at your fingertips, and also what is effective in marketing. How are these people who are making it getting to the streets? So social media is that probably number one tool. Even though it's a baby, even though there's a lot of things to figure out with it, you still have direct marketing and things like that. But when you think about the most effective tool in marketing, which is buzz marketing or word of mouth, the next thing above that is social media, because you are still giving things from your word of mouth and being genuine. It's right from the person, or what you think is the person, to the people. Now, when you think about, direct marketing, which is like sending things through the mail, or you doing like advertising on billboards and stuff like that, that's a little bit more noise because it's not direct marketing. Like, it's not personal. So social media is personal, talking to somebody is personal, and I think social media is a great way to brand people. You just have to find the levels and the different platforms of social media. Like, Twitter is mostly for just texting back and forth. Facebook is a little bit more getting to know who that person is broadly. And then you have Instagram, which is like right in between. where you can show a few pictures and give a couple captions, but you don't have to go all through my profile and see my history for the fast.
Yeah.
You know. So, and then Snapchat is a nuance, but Snapchat is like Twitter, but just visual. So I think you just have to figure out which one works best for you. If you are going to be a dancer and you're going to be a singer or something like that, like, or a rapper, I think, or a personal socialite, I think that Snapchat is a better tool. But when you're an athlete, I don't think like Snapchat is a good tool. A lot of people use tools that are getting famous off of the social media aspect of their career and not actually what they set out to do. So you have artists that's dropping songs, or an athlete that is third string, hypothetically speaking, but they're more popular because of their efforts on social media, how they're branding themselves on social media. Right. Marshawn Lynch, if you ask me, if it wasn't for social media, he wouldn't be that popular. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's using his personality to up his brand. Yeah, that's why he got Skittles. That's why he was able to do a lot of things because of social media. If you ask me,
I just think, and you touched on it, it's depending on what you're trying to do. Like, people ask me, like, are you on Snapchat? Hell no. Just not me. Yeah. I don't think my platform is Snapchat worthy.
Let me tell you something. What about Amber Rose? What does she do? But she's famous and getting that bag.
She does that on Snap, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but see, like that. So if it's whatever you're doing, you have to use that social media platform that helps build you, and it's gonna help you right then and there, man. I feel like a lot of people just say, oh, it's social media. Just be on all social media and you brand yourself. Like, no, hell no, that's taking up space on my phone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, me personally, I'm not really the best with Twitter. I admit that, but I'm better with Instagram.
Yeah, like.
And I think that's another thing is how you function on it too, because like you said, you can just be wasting time on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You can just be there and not really using it effectively, and you sitting there wondering why you only got 30 followers or whatever, because you're not really using it. So that's not a bad thing. Don't try to, lose sleep to get more followers. Mm-hmm. Just understand that Twitter is not for you. It doesn't work for you.
Nah, man. I mean, you can buy followers now
nowadays.
But see, that's the whole sellout of it all. That at the end of the day, you are now copying out. Not only are you copying out of what you originally set out to do. So like, if I am a phone maker and I have a Twitter account, but I'm not that savvy on Twitter, so I'm gonna buy followers for Twitter, and I'm forgetting why I originally set out here, which was to make phones. Mm-hmm. So you doing too much. Like, I feel a lot of people just sell out on social media to be on pervasive and be present on all platforms. But the upside of that is because they making money.
Yeah,
yeah. Look,
people $5,000 to $10,000 a month on average.
They call it public figures now, Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, somebody hit me with that. I'm like, what public figure?
But that's what Instagram allowed them to do that. Though,
yeah,
like
that's models and everything, right?
That's actual title I can use. Yeah. So I'm a public figure.
Like, girl, you working the mall with me? What you doing? You're not a public figure.
For up and coming artists, what would you recommend them not to put on their social media sites and stuff before they get big, and then they can put whatever they want? It doesn't matter because they're larger than life now.
When it comes to music, I look at music like school. And the first thing you did in school was music appreciation. And I feel like when you are setting out to be an artist, appreciating not only music, but appreciating you in music. So be you, be original, and experiment, and just focus on that, promoting yourself and your music, because I feel like that's how you're going to find your sound, and that's how you're going to know exactly what the fans want. You're going to experiment something, you put it out, somebody like, yo, that's trash. And you will never do it again. Or you'll do it and you'll improve on it. And then you'll know, like, this is something that people like. Michael Jackson recorded 150 songs every album. And then selected what you want. So I feel like you have to be very mindful of what you put out there, especially in the beginning, because people scared of the powers that be out externally. So if they do exist, and those things, you got to be vigilant of your territory. If all those things may come to you and may threaten you later on, you have to not put them out there. So a lot of people want to talk about their children and like, oh, I have my son is playing basketball now, whatever. But what does your son really have to do with what you're doing? Is that making you look better? You know, then that's one thing. But you should just let your craft speak for you and let, you know, the outside things be the outside things, because too early it kind of like builds up a mechanism to work against you later
Right,
on.
yeah, man.
Gotcha.
I tell this with, especially with athletes and social media. Like, you have to be so critical before you push that send button. Because even if you hurry up and press delete,
It's out
man,
there.
screenshots is a mother, man.
Exactly.
Like,
got you.
I swear, a chick that got cheated on made screenshots.
Yep.
Because it could be up for 2 seconds. You be like, all right, yeah, nobody deleted. Somebody send you that screenshot. Oh, you know you said this, right?
Yeah,
What?
Speaking of Durant, that's what he did.
Yeah, like,
Yep.
Put it up for 2 seconds and took it off. Before you know it, everybody
And
saw
you
it.
gotta fess up to it then, like, yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, I kind of did that.
I did
nah,
say
you
that.
got to stick with it.
Yeah.
Somebody hacked my account.
It's my ghost account.
Yeah, so it is so crazy how you say that, man. It's just like you got to really watch what you put on social media.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that, because once again, social media, it's not real, but at the same time, people say, oh, this is a reflection of you. Like, I like pancakes, so I'm gonna tweet, yo, I want Waffle House for IHOP. Somebody be like, yo, this dude somebody really takes that serious.
Right.
Like, yo, man, I want to send you a box of pancakes.
Yeah, you like blueberry? You like pineapple? You like?
Send me some pancakes.
Yo, I've had those crazy conversations on Twitter. I'm like, yo, you weird. But I'm like, yo,
Right.
that just stems from me saying, yo, I really dig this whole pancake thing.
All right.
But at what point do you feel like it's over the line as far as branding is concerned?
When it comes to marketing, it really is. It all depends on your next move. Is what really is. I don't know, that's kind of weird or kind of difficult sometimes for some people to wrap their head around. But basically, if you play chess, you're supposed to be 2 steps ahead, at least. But at the end of the day, when something happens, or just for instance, if you are doing too much or you don't do enough, it's still an opportunity. A lot of people say, you know, publicity is publicity, good news or bad, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's true. But at the same time, you know, like for instance, in entertainment, Meek versus Drake. Meek got all the bad publicity. Everybody could have sworn that Meek would not put out any more projects. And I was telling everybody, like, watch. He's going to it's all together. But at the end of the day, when Drake is finished, he's just waiting. And then he's gonna move right in, and he's gonna feed off of that. I took an L, but now over time, y'all like underdogs. So here I am. So it just depends on how you use a situation. You can leverage every opportunity, even no matter how negatively you look at it. That goes with the looking at a glass half full or half empty.
And I mean, Meek had pics of him falling down the stairs.
I want to talk about screenshots.
Yeah.
And now he has CD came out. That was great.
And
was
LeBron
awesome.
James is pumping his single, and
Yeah.
here you go, 300,000 likes from LeBron James playing it. Damn, you done sold 100,000
Yep.
copies.
Mm-hmm.
So it can happen for you.
I just don't want everybody to remember me on the internet as a loser.
But the thing about it is they're not gonna know what happens in between time. They just know that you were a great rapper that sold however many over time. Like the Beatles. The Beatles are the greatest selling band of all time, but I'm sure in their time, in their day, they had a lot of stuff that was said about them.
They done. Yeah.
Kanye West is the second highest selling rapper of all time. And there's a lot of things to say about him. So
Yo,
Eminem too. Eminem, he's
Yeah.
number 1. And the things that he actually said in his music about his mom, his daughter, his girl,
Himself.
Shout out to Yeezy, man. He just got that bag, that Adidas bag.
Yes, he-
He needed it.
Yeah.
So, man, we're gonna
Oh, one more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one more match. Any events coming up for you?
Let's see. We have tonight. My artist will be performing in Don Julio's. There's a showcase. Y'all come out, support him. Hopefully, he'll be selected to go to A3C convention in October, the first week of October. Outside of that, there are Beauty and the Beat. Beauty and the Beat from Greensboro. This girl on Instagram. Her name is NY Slim.
All right.
But she has over 80 vendors coming to this event, so I'm excited to be there. My artist will be performing at that. Just a little recap. Again, I went to Raleigh on Sunday and was there to Tuesday for 919 Raleigh Day. So one of the events I spoke on the board, but it basically was a slew of events for a weekend, 4-day festival pretty much. And then the last day was a concert featuring Dave East and a lot of Carolina artists that's doing anything like The Baby, Rome Jeter. Shout out to Rome Jeter. And Alan Wilson and Ashley Renee, who runs Abstract Designs, they all put it together. Shout out to K97 and Raleigh as well. So that's all we got working on, and then hopefully in the future, we'll be working on some things. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Red 28 in University.
I have.
Yeah, there will be a show on the 8th, October 8th, and my artist will be there. Just follow me. There's a lot of things. Just follow at Eklectriq, EKLECTRIQ, and we will keep you updated. Again, email me eklectriq@gmail.com if you have any questions.
Perfect. Shoot, man. See, we always have important people here.
You
at
do,
the show,
always.
Man. I feel important.
Just quiet. Nah, I'm humble. Bro. I am not humble. This guy is more important than me.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Sorry, mama, I can't work for suckers. Time is worth too much to work for nothing. I should be recording, murking something for a record label who needs my enforcement. What I say? I'm gonna live my dreams. I'm gonna live my dreams. What did I say? I'm gonna live my dreams. I'm gonna live my dreams. Yeah, sorry, mama, I can't work for suckers. Time is worth too much to work for nothing. I should be recording, marking something for a record label who needs my enforcement. I am leaking while the beat is speaking. I can see my dreams, but I'm fighting demons. The way I'm leaning while I'm dodging reachings, you would think that I had promethazine. I've been thinking that I want it all, but I know that I can't be greedy. I glow stick when you others see me. I light it up like I'm ultra beaming with good